Good morning, my tribe, my XRP army, everybody out there in YouTube land. Hope you're all doing well. I want to continue on with the topic of inflation. Why? Because it's very important. It really is. If you're distressed about the current level of inflation, which I'm not distressed, but I am concerned. I have my eye on it. Even though I understand completely that it must happen, it must come. It is coming. It is happening. Nothing is going to stop it. It's simply a formula we have to work through. And in my dreamland, if you will, we somehow pull through it without being scathed. But that's simply not the historical narrative. And the historical narrative is one that when a country has a central bank and a fiat currency system, they begin inflation. And then the inflation becomes high inflation. And then the high inflation becomes hyperinflation. And then people stop using that underlying currency as a medium of exchange because they've lost faith in it. And then the government repudiates it. And they tell you that you have 3 days to turn it in. And on a Friday afternoon at 7 o'clock when the banks closed at 4 or 5. And by the way, the banks are closed for 3 days. So you lose everything you have. And that on that third day, the new currency will be put out and the exchange rate is 1,000 to 1. You turn in 1,000 of your old currency for one of the new currency, and they simply wash away their debt that way. That's the formula. And in my dreams, I can wish that something will happen like the current president is implementing tariffs instead of taxes, and that will reduce the debt, the increase in debt. And then he goes and issues a $2,000 check, or talking about issuing $2,000 checks to people, refunds, which, okay, it'll help stimulate the economy a bit. It'll also, I'm buying more crypto with it. What are you going to do with that stimulus check? Would you buy crypto or a big screen TV? If you'll buy a big screen TV, you seriously need to check your brain and watch more of my videos. By the way, share these videos out to people. Leave a comment, hit the subscribe button. I'd like to get to 2,000 subscribers before the end of the year. Don't know if that'll happen or not, but I hope so. If it's hit the 500 milestone, the 1,000 milestone, the 1,500 milestone, each time I'm amazed. Thank you so much. I appreciate each and every one of you that watches the videos. Hit notification bell so you know when I come out with new videos. But the official inflation rate isn't what the government says. You and I both know that. We know it at the gas pump. We know it especially at the grocery store. We know it at the things that we have to purchase. The government decides what the official inflation rate is by what they put into the basket, and they control that and they manipulate it to make inflation looks low, because that keeps people quiet and calm. But when people are spending, the magical number is 40%. When on average, when a society is paying 40% of their income to buy groceries on a monthly basis, they will revolt. And that's what happened with the Arab Spring, is the most recent example of that. What are we at now? I don't know, 27%? I don't know. What's that number? If you know the number, put it in the comments section down below, please. What is the average American family or British family? I think 5% of my viewers are in Britain. Welcome all of you. Thank you all for watching. Tell me what the average percentage of income is being expended in Great Britain on a weekly or monthly basis to provide food for a family. And if you're in the United States, do the same. And let me know whether it's the United States or Britain. Let everybody know. Why? Because this is what we're doing. We're metal sharpens metal here, and we're teaching each other. We're learning from each other. We are gaining knowledge from each other, and this is very important. Inflation is a real thing, and it doesn't have the ability. It absolutely will erode everything you've saved in paper. First, it will erode like the cliff on a beach. You built your house on a cliff on the beach, And the surf is little by little eroding away the cliff. And little by little you feel it. And then one day, the whole cliff just collapses because the base has been eroded just enough to cause a big section to fall down. Your house to fall down. Don't build your house on a cliff. Don't build your house on sand. Build your house on rocks when it comes to finances. What's a financial rock? Gold and silver have been, financial rocks for as long as gold and silver has been around. There is wisdom in being financially mobile. And the more mobile you are, the better off you can do. You also expose yourself to risk. That is what Travis over the Economic Ninja does. I have grief with him, and that he said when I started buying XRP, I should have bought when he first introduced it to me at 40 cents, but I didn't. I'm here now. My first buy-in was $1.37. And he said, I will never sell my XRP. Never sell my XRP. And then he sold half of it and bought XCN and made money on it. Then he sold the other half and bought Reactive, which at the time I bought a place marker of $10. It was at, I think, 7 cents, maybe 6 cents, 6.5 cents. And then I bought another $100 at 9 cents. It's up 15 cents last time I checked. Yes, last night. I'm keeping an eye on it. I want to do a report on whether there's a rug pull that goes on. But see what happens. If you are like him, you can rapidly increase your financial position. But it requires risk and it requires knowledge. I am too lazy to do that, I guess you might say. So hodling XRP is my plan, and to allow implementation, adoption, the use of XRP on greater and greater levels to lift me up to where I want to be. I have that amount that in my mind, will achieve that goal, and now I'm beginning to branch out into other cryptos. And I'd like to start trading to help do that also, and to learn. We'll see where all that goes. But that is what I have for you today. Do not discount inflation and what inflation can do to you. If you are holding a lot of paper-denominated assets, any asset that is based upon debt is not really an asset. Robert Kiyosaki would beg to differ with that, in that he believes that buying apartment buildings that'll cash flow is a good idea. And if you're at that level, I guess it is. There are so many ways to do it. My way is that there is a new asset class out there, and that asset class is cryptocurrencies. And the standard is ISO 20022 and the tokens that comply with that, and particularly Ripple XRP, which has a decade and a half almost head start on everybody else becoming that. Everybody else meaning Swift system. They have a really high percentage chance of becoming a huge player in the new financial system when this one exhausts itself and quits. And that's the history of every one of them. I'm rambling on. Inflation. Learn about it. Learn about it. It's all about math. You need to understand the math, and how just as an interest rate at your bank, exponential over years in the returns, the interest on the debt is exponential also, and every single fiat currency system relies upon debt. And it ends the same way in disaster for you. The big people get bailed out, and the little people like you and I are wiped out. God bless you all. Take care and have a great day.